All right, let's get started. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Um, I'm Nini, your host today, and one of the moderators in the Deepblack Discord. Today, I'm thrilled to have Pete, the creator and I should say agent of Deepblack, the AI artist. Um, Pete, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. I'm here. First of all, I would like to thank all of you guys for attending. I mean, it's crazy. That's the first time I have people interested in Deep Black. And if we did that a week ago, it would be no one. Actually, I would be alone. So that's a bit crazy. I'm still struggling to realize what happened. Uh, I have no credit because that's completely because of you. Uh, I mean, I created Deep Black. You are making Deep Black famous, and that's something which is really amazing. So thanks to all of you.
Awesome, and I think the whole community is grateful that after a few years of nothing, you're back and getting involved with us. So let's start with the first question. Can you give us some background about you, and what can you share from your personal story before Deep Black?
Yes, so as you can hear, I'm French. I'm French. I was working in research, mathematic research, and statistic research, data analysis. And in 2018, middle of 2018, I faced some personal issues, and I was really looking my life as a bit empty, where it was a bit meaningless, and I was looking for something which could elevate me as a human, and I really wanted to do some art. So this is actually in June 2018 when I decided to create my first physical artwork. It went completely bad. So it was using epoxy resin. I still have it actually. I could send a picture of it and in the Discord. It was using epoxy resin. And I didn't know that epoxy resin, when it starts to get hard, it starts to smoke and to get super hot. So I just freaked out. I was in my bedroom. I ran away with my a piece of art in the garden to avoid burning the house. And the result was a complete mess. So I was like, okay, you know what? I will give up on that. I mean, I'm not, I'm not an artist. I love art, but I'm not an artist. So I knew there were some GAN people doing art with GAN, but it was most of the time it was they created landscape, they created portrait, but I wanted to create a concept where I don't want to be the artist. I want the computer, the AI, to be the artist and not me. And so that's how it started. The idea was like, okay, I create this AI able to I train it on various artworks, various fields like abstract, portraits, landscapes, and the results were actually quite cool. And so I was like, I have some painting which are quite cool for me because lot of my family and friends were like, it's crap. I mean, it's not good. I was like, no, it's quite cool actually. It's made by a big computer, and they're like, but actually, a computer can do so many crazy things. Why we should be amazed by that? And because it was among the first time it was done, so it was cool. It was cool only for me, and I was a bit disappointed. Anyway, I wanted to make it accessible to as many people as possible. And back in the time, I didn't have enough money to pay for super GPU able to make very high resolution, so it would not be able to print it. And guys, it will change because, as some of you know, now we have the technology. It's much cheaper to do that. So the Deep Black will become high quality very soon. So anyway, I was not able to print them because the quality was too low. So I was thinking we could pen them, but if we pen them, it's quite expensive. So we can't make it accessible to everyone. And actually, I was thinking if the computer make it digital, it should stay digital. Like it's AI art. AI art actually. It's completely digital. You can't make it more digital than an artist, which is an AI. So this is digital art. It should stay digital. How do we do that? We put them on the blockchain and we sell them for $1, so anyone can actually own an original artwork. So that's how the idea of Deepblack started.
Great to hear. And can you quickly explain what is a GAN, Generative Adversarial Network?
Yes. So again, is not used only for creating images. It's very famous for that. But before that, I was using for outlier detection in time series or multiple dimension time series. So it's not. It's very famous for image generation, but it's not only used for that. So with the GAN, so you have actually two AI. But it's just part of one big AI that we call GAN. So there is one AI that you will train to get the pattern of some human painting. And how it works is that imagine an image as a series of pixels, and you just you put them in a row, and you have a big row, and so you have a distribution of painting with some patterns, and then you teach the first AI how to create art, being inspired by what you used to for the training. And then there is a second AI. The second AI will basically check. It also has 20% of the training set. So he's able to look what is a human painting. So the first AI will create something, and the second one will look and we say, okay, am I able to distinguish between the 20% human painting I have and the one the first AI created? If it's possible to distinguish, then he will say the first AI, you made some craps, do it again, until he says, okay, I'm not able to say if it's made by a human or if it's not made by a human. So that's how again works. I mean, I would say if we oversimplify a bit the process. And so the idea was after that was, okay, so now we have created art. That would be cool if actually we can cure them, or we can make, say, okay, this artwork is more abstract. This one is more modern art. This one is more impressionism. So I created another AI which actually did that on my behalf because I knew nothing, I didn't know anything about, I didn't study art or anything, so I was not able to do it. So for me, I have always seen the technology as a way to bypass my limitation and where I'm not, I mean, my weakness, basically. If I could make an AI to speech in public, I will do it, because that's not my strength. Like I'm not very good. I'm not very good public speaker. So that's how I see AI, not as a tool, but really for me, AI is incredibly exciting and mysterious. So I love it.
Great to learn that how it initially was created. And so, what was your data set of artworks to train Deepblack? How did that work?
So you have to create. We had to create. I had. I mean, I say we because Deepblack. I see Deepblack as we did the job together. Deepblack is the AI. So we had to create. We use a lot of from the New York. New York, I don't know, the New York Museum. I don't know what's the name of. We use the data from the Tate Modern. I mean, you just gather from plenty data set you find, and then you have you just split in 80-20%, and then you just say the first AI, you take 80%, you learn from that, and you say the second AI, okay, you will try to distinguish if the first one is a human or not using the 20% remaining.
Okay, so from actually museum collections, it was trained.
Yeah, it was. And that actually that led me to some people ask the question about the copyright. I mean, because I have no clue. I mean, this Deepblack was not supposed to become that successful. Like it was just for me to learn how to put something on the blockchain. I was interested by the blockchain. I wanted to learn Solidity. I wanted to learn about Ethereum. So that was a project which was completely here to never succeed. It was a project which was there for me to learn blockchain and for me to have fun. And you guys found it. That's crazy. That's crazy.
And so it reminds us, which year did you put the project on the blockchain, and what was the initial reaction?
Honestly, That's very pathetic. I put it on the blockchain, and then what? What would you do? You put it on the blockchain, and then what? I mean, I knew no one. I mean, I know nothing about Discord. I know nothing about Twitter. I'm not really a social human. Uh, uh, I mean, I did nothing. Like I just put it on the blockchain. I just speak to 2 or 3 people I knew into a crypto sphere, probably on 1 or 2 crypto forums. Actually, Collins was one of the first to find him to find Deepblack. So uh, I did nothing. I mean, it was just like put on the blockchain, and that's it. No marketing, nothing. So yeah, I mean, that was a bit weird. It was first discovered, I think, by Colin, who then notified Dan from OpenSea that actually the metadata were not displayed on OpenSea. So one day I received an email from Dan asking me if I was the creator of Deepblack, and I was, yes, I am. Why? I'm the guy from OpenSea. Open what? I mean, didn't hear about OpenSea. And he told me like, can you fix the metadata? I was like, okay, let me look at OpenSea. Yes, wow, actually OpenSea is super cool. I've never looked at OpenSea before. It was quite recent, but yeah, I mean, it was quite recent, but it was there, and it was a beautiful tool. And actually, when I created Deepblack, I saw that people might want to exchange their Deepblack. So I created a smart contract that you can find in the exact same address than Deepblack, where it's a smart contract where you can make offers, where you can accept offers, where you can, basically the very basics of OpenSea, because I didn't know that OpenSea was a thing. So I was like, okay, let's create a marketplace for Deepblack, until I realized that actually OpenSea is way more advanced. So yeah, I mean, I'm someone who it was one of my weakness of never digging into something before starting to work on it. I wanted to do it with my own vision, but sometimes I was really missing and losing time and missing information, because if I have known OpenSea before, it would have really probably make the project work better from the beginning. However, I mean, that's the way it is. So it was supposed to happen. So that's the way it is.
So initially, you didn't know about the existence of OpenSea, so you wrote. You basically wrote a primitive version of a marketplace in your contract, and then you discovered that OpenSea existed,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
refreshed
Exactly.
all the metadata. And so when was that? When did that happen? The
I think
open.
it was November of 2019, something like this, December of 2019. I should check my chat with Dan, but yeah, it was probably 2 or 3 months after Deepblack was launched.
Okay, and so there is a website that you put online, deepblack.io. We can see something about physical prints. Can you tell us about this website, and what was the idea
Yeah, exactly. So the idea, as I mentioned, I wanted people to have the choice. I think that painted, it's amazing. I have in my living room, I have 2 or 3 unpainted Deepblack, and I love them every day. And I wanted to offer the opportunity. It must be inexpensive for the token, because I wanted people from everywhere in the world to afford a Deepblack for $1. But then, if people wanted to have it hanged on the wall, then they could basically request unpainted version. So I wanted myself a painted Deepblack. So I traveled to Sri Lanka with some friends, and I met a guy who was like doing art in the street, and he was incredibly talented. And I showed him a Deepblack, and I asked him if he could do that for me. And he said, yes, of course I can do that for you. So he painted the first Deepblack. And since, he was living in so poor condition, I was so sad for him. He asked me for nothing. I said, okay, I double the price because you are talented. I mean, you are an artist. You are incredibly skilled. Well, I'm not skilled. And so that's how it started. I met this guy, and then he created more deep black for me. He sent it by post to me. Actually, um, original painted. I have four of them. My mother has. I offered one to my mother, one to my stepmother, and someone in the CES Las Vegas fell in love with one of the artwork, and he bought it to me, and that was amazing to be the first deep black to be sold.
That's super interesting. And so you did go to the CES to present Deep Black.
Yeah, yes. So because I had no connection whatsoever in crypto. I mean, I was doing a bit of crypto, so I have some forums and blah blah blah. But it was very difficult to make a project. I mean, when you're on your own, make a project famous without having any money for paying marketing or so. I was like, okay, if we go to the CES, I'm sure it will be a revelation. People will be, oh, that's so cool. Actually, we went to the CES and people were like, that's useless. That's complete crap. Like, what is NFT? Why would we want digital art? And I was telling them, when you send an email, a photo with from an email, you keep a copy. When you send a photo on the blockchain, the photo disappears from your computer. So you send original digital files. And some people started to realize actually it's quite cool. And so most of them actually the CES I would say it's not that advanced in terms of technology. People are super excited for the clip you put on your iPhone case. That they are all queuing to get a free sample. They are super excited by that, and I've seen so many amazing stuff in medicine, in robotic, and no one cares. And actually, I think it was not the right place, but it was a very cool experience anyway, and it was actually the beginning of of me spreading the word that NFT was something which could be really incredible in the future.
So you went to the CES in 2019, right?
It was in January, so it's in January 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, the CS is always in the beginning of January. I think it's the first week or second week. So went there, didn't caught COVID, fortunately, because yeah, it was so many people and COVID just spread 2 months after. So hopefully nothing happened. But yeah, I mean, it was a very cool experience, but it was very useless for the protocol itself because no one was interested into NFT and no one understood NFT back in the time. I mean, at the CS.
All right. I think everyone want to see some of those hand painted Deep Black. So if you could post them on the Discord, we'd love to see it.
Sure.
And
I will. I have one. I'm in at my parent house right now, and my mother she put it in my bedroom, so I will send a photo in the Discord. It's super cool. Actually, it's amazing.
and maybe the contact of this Sri Lankan painter we can give.
That's something because of course I want people who need, and I want to help him first because he has been sending me texts like once a month for like 2 years. I mean, a year and a half, asking me if I have more job for him, and I was like, I'm sorry, my friend. Actually, I bought all of them from him. Like, I think I never had a proper order. I mean, it was my stepmother who ordered one. For to be kind, I offered one on Twitter like a year ago. Number 77, I remember. So someone received, but all the time, I was the only one actually buying from him, and it was making him feed his family and live. So he was asking me all the time, but I could not. I mean, buy a Deep Black. I don't live in a big house, so I could not ask him for a new Deep Black. So yes, my point is that it will help him a lot, and I would like to do that, but also he's on his own, and there is some logistic. If there is 100 people who want painted Deep Black,
Sure.
that could be an issue. So I think we will work on doing something for. So he is able, to work with a peace of mind and not being stressed by doing so many artwork and rushing the work, and in the meantime having people who want to have their Deep Black in their house to get it.
Cool. That's so fascinating to hear such a rich backstory, which I think extremely few NFT collections have. So back to the AI, back to Deep Black. How was Deep Black developed to be able to generate different art movements like portraits, landscape, abstract, pop, Renaissance?
It was the magic happened. I mean, uh, I don't want I'm not a big fan to give too much details because first I don't remember everything. It was 3 years ago, and I think it will, it will a big break the mystery about Deep Black if it's become a cold line of code or mathematics. That will be, I think, a bit sad for Deep Black, which is a warm and I mean, it's Deep Black is here to witness two of the most probably incredible technology of our century, AI and blockchain, and it's at once. And it was at the beginning, not really the beginning, but like it's in the first decade of both technology, and that's what I want people to remind about Deep Black. And for sure, Deep Black will have, I mean, other AI will perform much better, will make artwork which will be impossible to distinguish from a human artwork. And I don't want to, if we talk about technology, technology evolves and it become better and better. And if you just see Deep Black as a piece of technology, then I think it's a bit reducing what is Deep Black. So yeah, I will say that that's the magic of Deep Black. That's the magic of Deep Black.
All right, we'll keep it as a mystery.
Yeah, it was not that mystery. I mean, now it's quite common, but yeah, I mean, people. I think I don't want to bore people, get them bored if I talk about too much technical details. That's not. I'm not sure it would be interesting. I know I learned that before when I was a bit younger, when I was pitching things or explaining my work. It was so much complicated that I was the only one to understand it. People were so bored. So now I try to keep it, just cool and simple.
Got it, got it. Now let's move to the personal side. Everything moved so fast recently. Deep Black got rediscovered roughly a week ago. What went through your mind when you found out the project was rediscovered, and how did you experience this past week?
So I think it was on Wednesday, last Wednesday. I woke up and I've seen like I have an alert actually on Etherscan, which tell me each time there is a transaction, and my phone was full of alert from Etherscan, and I just jumped on the contract and was like, what the fuck is, sorry, what the hell is happening? And I asked one of my friend who is a early adopter, Sam, if you are in the audience, and he started to tell me really crazy thing, like he said, "Oh, I've seen a pattern in the addresses buying your Deep Black. I'm sure this is a bot which is buying everything to do money laundering." I was like, "Are you sure?" Like, if yeah, I was completely freaked out. Like, if someone is using Deepblack for money laundering, I could have big trouble. So I was completely freaked out by you guys actually buying. I was sure it was the same person. I didn't really understand what was happening. I mean, Deepblack was dormant for probably 1 year and a half. It was probably one transaction in 1 year and a half. So it was completely out of expectation. So that was my first reaction. So I was like, okay, if it's if it's money laundering, I will go to jail. I was so scared. And then Colin sent me a text message and he told me the archaeologist found you. I was like, what are the archaeologists? The people who are interested in NFT project, which like were kind of minted before NFT was a thing, or before NFT was cool. And I was like, oh, okay, so okay, calm down, Pierre. It's not money laundering. But then it became even more crazy. Like the volume was completely incredible. And yeah, I mean, I didn't sleep much. I have to tell you, I was freaked out and excited, scared. It was a roller coaster, and I mean, at the end, I'm so happy. First, that Deepblack is appreciated because I was the feeling I was crazy finding Deepblack super cool. I was like, Deepblack for me, it will there forever, and it will. I was thinking probably in 100 years, someone will just dig into the blockchain and find Deepblack and say, "Oh, AI art was crap back in the time." But I mean, it was what it was. It's like if you look at the painting in the cave, like 40,000 years ago, it was very. I mean, from a artistic point of view, it was not very advanced, but it's a witness of something, and that's actually what I want Deepblack to be.
Yeah, and the caveman didn't have a marketing team either, so
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we have no marketing, we have nothing. It's completely this project was not supposed to work. Like, I mean, I don't understand. I mean, how it was supposed to be $1, probably resell for $10. Like, so people will do some resale between them. Not I've seen an offer for 100,000. I don't understand how it could worth 100,000. It's super cool. I love it so much. But it's incredible. I mean, I don't understand. So yeah, I mean, for me, it's it's a bit crazy, but it what a ride, and I mean, it was crazy, and I love it. And now I think what would be very cool is, like, we. Even, I mean, if we can just make Deepblack uh, as again as a witness of something, that would be what I would love, because I would just want I mean, I think that Deepblack deserves to be known and to be shared and to be seen. I would really love that, and that's what, because of you guys, it's actually something which will become a reality, hopefully.
yeah, that's what we all hope and we're striving for. And so you're a busy man. You're working on a big project at the moment. How are you fitting Deepblack into your life these days?
You know what? Yeah, I mean, that's a funny question, because everybody is asking me that in my family, and they are like, "Oh, your other project? What other project?" Yeah, I spent the whole night coding stuff for Deepblack, actually, this week, like, for the new high quality, for we reshape completely the API. We are in touch with OpenSea to do that. We want to add high quality on OpenSea. We want to reshape also the website. I spent my week working on it, and actually some of my investor in the new project, I became quite friend with them, and I told them, sorry, honestly, this week I can't work on the other project. So I explained to them, and yeah, I mean, we have. I'm very happy that there is a very veteran in the blockchain, owner of punks, who bought some Deepblacks, and that is quite cool. So when I was pitching my new project, I was just saying, "Oh, I created a NFT project," and that's it. Uh, Now, if I had to pitch it again, I would be like, "I created Deepblack," and it's the most amazing project in the world, because it's so cool. As people love it, and I mean, that's completely different. Different. Before, I was loving it myself, but I realized that no one liked Deepblack. I was the only one. Ultimately, very few early minters, which thanks again, because guys, when I needed to pay for my tickets to fly from France to Las Vegas, and to pay for the CES, you don't realize that it is because some people minted when it was $1. And it helped me at the very beginning. So thanks for the old minter, the new minter, the new joiner, everyone who really enjoy Deepblack for what it is. Yeah, for me, it's not, it's something which is beyond NFT hype and NFT craziness, and I believe that it's some of you have read in the Discord say it is historical. I'm not sure we can say it's historical yet, but in my guts tell me that yeah, it's really a piece of history, and I love it.
Awesome to hear. So is Deepblack a closed collection now? And what's next in the pipeline for Deepblack?
So actually I will need to step back a bit, like to just figure out everything, because it has been a week again. This week I work a lot on making and enhancing some feature of Deep Black is, of course, is closed. There won't be any minting because we can't mint. I mean, as we announced, we renounce the ownership. So please don't send. If one day your Deep Black was 300 ETH, don't send one if on this contract to thank us because we will not be able to withdraw. So yeah, I mean, we are not able to mint. We are not able to. I mean, I am not able to mint. I mean, not able to withdraw the funds. So Deep Black is what it is, and in terms of art it will not evolve. So what we can do next is enhancing the quality, adding more feature, adding probably as a paint a workshop to have them painted. I have to think and see what the community suggests, because I have read there is a lot of very interesting things. I have on board in my other project a marketing team and PR team. I will see how they could help with Deep Black, but I want to keep this route of being. I like what Kofi said, like underdog. Or, yeah, I think that's the word. Yeah, like if we do hype and pump and marketing, we will lose a bit of this route, which is very important for me. I don't want to do too much hype. I prefer more. I would say natural growth. And yeah, so I probably will do more PR than just I would say social media marketing, where you just pump your number of followers for a few $100. So that's not something I want to do. So yeah, I mean, let me a bit of time to think about it. I know the community is very involved, and thanks to all of you, because I've seen so many good proposition, but one step after another. I mean, first, what is in the pipe is that I really want them to be HQ high quality, so you will be able to print them, and you will be able to hang your Deep Black. So that will be amazing. It will be on IPFS, so that will be also super cool. So yes, I mean, probably I don't want to promise or overpromise. It's not my. I mean, not like that. I want Deep Black to. To be seen by as many people as possible, and I will work in this direction.
Awesome. Question from one of our community members. Will it give you the desire to potentially create new collections in the future?
I discussed with one of my friends. We want we wanted to do a photo train again on portrait, but photo, black and white, only woman, and release it on the 8th of March for the Women Days, and all the royalties will go for to a coding school for young girls. So that's and of course we will sell them for $1 or something, or airdrop them. So probably in the future, but not in the pipe at the moment. And it will be a completely different. It will not be like the portrait you see with Deep Black. Of course, it will be black and white photo. It will be trained only on black and white photo of women. So it will create black and white photo of a woman. So we will see if we do that, but it's not in the pipe at the moment.
Cool. Still very interesting to hear some of your ideas for future work. What are your thoughts on the ability for an AI to be an artist versus artists using AI as a tool?
So I think that's a very interesting question, which has been a debate for the week. I think I believe.
Yeah.
yeah, that's it has been. I don't want like to say we are the first AI artists. If people think that we mean by that we are the first AI work. I know a French startup, the one which sold in Christie's, an AI artwork. And basically, the way they work is that they generate 100,000 AI, and then they review it. And oh, this one is quite cool. Oh, this one is quite cool. Oh, this one is quite cool. And for me, that's not AI artist, because AI artist, it's just created by the AI. It go to the blockchain. I have seen some that are crap. I mean, if I had to review them myself, I would have never put them on the blockchain. So you see, the difference is that when you use the tool, is that first you select the output, because you know it's GAN. So when an artist creates 9 pieces, you can be sure it's just clicking on the button. You can create 100,000 if he wants. Like it will take just a bit of time. So you don't know if they have been selecting them, if they have been then retouching them, and they are using it as a tool for their creativity and for their art. Deepblack is the creativity and is the art. It's not the tool. I'm the tool guy, and it's not the opposite. So I would say that the concept for me of Deepblack has always been to be an AI artist. You know, Deep Blue was the first AI or machine learning to beat a human for chess, and that's actually where Deepblack comes from. The name Deepblack. It was a way to be in the line of Deep Blue, which is a famous computer. And Deep Blue,
Uh,
sorry.
yeah, no, I was just basking in the knowing where the name Dick Black comes from. Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, actually, I never said that. Yeah, Deep Black come from me. I was like, okay, Deep Blue was a computer able to do chess playing and beat the best player in the world. And Deep
Yeah.
Black was an artist. Deep Black is, I'm not Deep Black. I mean, Deep Black is the artist. And I love what other AI artists are doing or have been doing, and I love the artwork which they select, or which on which they work on which they train, on what they want to express. You know, like if I say, oh, I want to, I don't know, do some train on dog pictures. That's my feeling. That's what I want. And I use the AI to create that. Like I told you, for the black and white woman photo, that would be more as an artist. Here, it will be more my artistic view. I would say I want to create the result. I would like it to be trained on black and white photo from a woman. Here, it was so many different things that you could not um, forecast the output of the creation. Yeah, I mean, hopefully people understand the difference. And I mean, I will not brag we were the first one, because I don't care actually being the first one. For me, it doesn't matter. For me, what I want Deep Black to be like what was Deep Blue for the chess playing. Be the be the first AI artist on the blockchain, and not the first AI art on the blockchain.
Cool. Thanks for the clarification. So at the beginning of this chat, you explained what is a GAN, generative adversarial network. And so in 2017, I believe a researcher, François Chollet, he coined the term GANism, the GANism movement. Can you define it, and how do you place Deep Black in the historical context of GANism and the other works from Robbie Barrett, for example, etc.?
I mean, I have no knowledge about Ganism. As I said, I mean, it's like OpenSea. I didn't know about OpenSea. I didn't look much about AI art. What was done before? I know it was a thing. Robbie Barrett, I know his work. I love it. I think he's a talented artist. I sent him a DM to tell him that he is doing very cool work. But I mean, he is using AI for expressing his feelings and expressing himself as an artist. And it's completely different. I'm not expressing myself. So, I mean, we go beyond the Ganism, because for me, I don't even like when we talk about GAN and blah, blah. I don't want to overthink what Deepblack is doing, because otherwise, when you look at a painting and you have emotion, you don't wonder, how did it texture the painting, how, or what type of brush he used to paint. You just look at the painting and you get absorbed by the painting. And I'm not a big fan of everything which is related to the technology, because for me it breaks down so much of the mystery of a piece of art. So yeah, I mean, I will not put Deepblack into the Ganism, or because yeah, I mean, it's just a name of it's just the name of a technique, and it's not very what is Deepblack. Deepblack is much more than this, has much more meaning, I think.
It does. But also sometimes people need to label things, um, especially when it's new, to get wrap their mind about it.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. You're right.
Cool. Let me see. Yes. Now about the community. So I think everyone is thrilled to hear that both on the technical side you're working on some improvements, and that you are seeing on your side how you can leverage marketing and yeah. Now, how can we as a community help out to raise awareness and celebrate the art of Deep Black?
Oh, for me, what I would love to is that, as you mentioned, there is a lot of monkeys in the profile pictures. There is a lot of
Right?
monkeys, punks, and so many. I mean, if you, I think a way to do it would be like to, as you and I and others do, is for me, if you share your portrait,
Update your feed, please,
uh,
guys.
that would be actually,
Yeah. Raise a
that would be
black army.
actually cool. Sorry, say again.
Let's raise a deep black army.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, that for me, that would be 10 times better than doing fake hype. I don't like fake hype, and I don't like. I've seen with Deepblack, it happened in cycle. So yeah, the first minter, they happened from nowhere. Like, I didn't do any marketing, or did never chill the project anywhere. They happened from nowhere, and you guys are the second wave, and I have a good faith that it will be more and more waves, and it's even, I mean, if we do some marketing and PR, it will just make it faster. But it will, for me, I believe it would happen anyway. But yeah, I would like the clean hype. The If we can, for example, I wanted to to attend Art Basel, so that's something I dream to do, and I check every year on the website when it will come back since COVID, and I would like to attend. I think it's super difficult to attend, but if that will be a consecration for Deep Black to end up such a big, I would say, all the traditional art conference, and that's something I will work on. I really want to push to have Deep Black in such incredibly famous art conference.
Well, let's take note of that wish, and the community will work towards that.
If anyone is connected with with Art Basel,
Yeah.
uh, please let me know, because I think it's not that easy to to get featured there.
Yeah. 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 All right. Well, thank you so much, Pete, for sharing this very rich and touching backstory. I can see on the Discord chat people are really loving it. They love your authenticity and humbleness. And also, we had 5 purchases in the last hour. Maybe it
I mean, I
generated.
can only take thanks all of you guys. I mean, again, I don't pretend to be humble. To be humble, I mean, it's just that without you, it will be that where it was a week ago. I.e., no one bought a D Black for a year. So
Yeah.
it's completely. I want the community to make D Black its own project, and I don't want to be that's why some people may say like, well, I'm not very active in the Discord, or I'm reading most of it, and I discussed with Kofi, Colin, and you some of the points which are raised, and we try to adapt as quickly as possible to the suggestion. For example, the high quality was really demanded, and that's why I worked all the night to make Deepblack high quality. So we try to be reactive to I try to be reactive, but yeah, I'm not very comfortable in social interaction. So that's why I'm not very often on the Discord, even if I read, and that I have the luck to have the three of you guys to, and even more people to share with me what is general opinion in the Discord and what people think, so we can actually work efficiently with what the community wants. And for me, this is a project which it's handed over to the community. I'm happy to be a tool guy again. If we need to update something, I will be happy to update things. But really, I'm thrilled to see the community being that excited by the project. So thank you, everyone.
Great to hear. And I'm seeing on the chat right now, one of our members has connected with Art Basel, so
Oh, amazing! Let's keep in touch.
this could happen fast. Cool. So now I'd love to put out a call to the community. If you can contribute your time and skills to help raise awareness for the collection, please do reach out. We'll set up a channel for that. I want to call it Deep Black's Got Talent. We already had several. I mean, I joined the Discord, when was it, sometime last week, and I was stunned at the how special this Discord is, and we have a lot of talent and a certain sophistication in that group of people. So that's what I love. So if you feel like contributing, could be about researching or copywriting, marketing, PR, having opening up your Rolodex with art professionals, curators, galleries, and whatnot, or anything you think would be helpful. We had one member code up a bot, the sales listing bot, in just I don't know, just a day. So please do reach out. Already had people who took the initiative to reach out and help on research and content marketing and all that. So yeah, let's get the ball rolling. Thank you again. We'll close this chat now. Thank you so much, Pete, for sharing the backstory. Really loved it. Thanks for getting involved in that newly resurrected project. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the coming weeks, months, and year. And thank you everyone for joining.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. That's the first time I speak to so many people at once.
Yeah.
I think we will, when I will become more comfortable, we will do a proper AMA. But yeah, I was a bit nervous, and I hope it was not too boring to hear. And I'm actually very impressed that you stayed with us. So thank you very much for being such an amazing community. I never had a community. I've always been alone, and I'm so blessed that you guys are here. Like, from really, okay, let's end here. Thank you very much.
Very, very touching to hear. And yeah, great. Let's take note and see you guys in the near future for a day. So
Bye bye.
have a
Thank
good
you. Thank you,
morning,
everyone.
afternoon, and evening, everyone.
Thank you. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.